and welcome back to my bi-weekly Shop My Stash. I'm just going to get right into it and start off with the items that I used for the last couple of weeks. I am going to be decluttering a few palettes this week. I kind of came to the conclusion that when it comes up in the random number generator and I'm generally not excited to use a palette, maybe it's time to get rid of it. So that is kind of the case with what's going on with some of these, and some of them I used and I just wasn't thrilled with how they performed. I also went through the rest of my collection and I have a few other ones I'm getting rid of as well. I might do a mini declutter video just showcasing those. But for this video and the purposes of it, the few that I am getting rid of from the past 2 weeks are the Revolution Beauty Emily Noel palette. It's pretty. I mean, it really, really is. It's just, it's so hit and miss. Some of the shimmers are good, some of them are bad, some of the mattes are good, some of them are bad. And for such a large palette, it's kind of hard to work with and hard to remember which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. I actually had a look I did with this and I couldn't get it to blend, and I ended up just kind of taking it off and putting something else on because I was so frustrated with it. I just couldn't get it to work, and yeah, I don't have time for that in my collection. I have so many more palettes that work better. Again, not all of it is awful, but it's so hit and miss that it's hard for me to remember which ones are the good shadows and which ones are the bad ones. So I'm gonna pass this along. Then I have this one from Cargo Cosmetics. It's the City Essentials palette, I believe, or just the Essentials palette. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this palette. The quality is really nice on it. It's not super pigmented, but someone who enjoys more of a softer look would enjoy this palette. It's just, it's way too neutral for me. I don't enjoy it. I have other shadow, like if I'm going to have a neutral palette, I at least like a couple pops of color to keep me interested, even if I'm not using those colors. So yeah, I'm going to pass this on. But again, not a bad palette, good quality, just the color story isn't for me. And then I have this Revolution Beauty palette from the I Heart Revolution line, and it is the Turkish Delight palette. Again, the quality in this palette is really nice. I know some Revolution Beauty ones like the Emily Edit palette can be hit and miss, but this one across the board is really nice. The quality is good. It has some glitters in it, and that drives me crazy, and I don't know why, but when I see the glitters, I see 3 shades that I'm not going to use in this palette, and even now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe I should keep it. Because the shadow quality is good for the ones that I use, but I think I'm just frustrated because, oh, maybe there's 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 4 glitter shades in there, and I just don't use them. So, and it also smells like rose. It took me forever to figure out what it smelled like, because I'm like, is this some kind of like sweet, kind of weird candy scent? And then I'm like, no, this smells like roses, and I don't like rose smells or scents. Quality in this, again, really nice. But yeah, I'm gonna depart with this one. These are the 3 that I am getting rid of. The rest of the items, eyeshadows, I am keeping. I do have the Ccolor Cosmetics. This is the Unisex 3 palette. I believe it's a dupe for the Androgyny palette from Jeffree Star. Love this palette. I love the Unisex line from Ccolor Cosmetics. I find it's really good. Yeah, enjoyed using that. And then I have the My Little Pony palette from ColourPop. Again, enjoyed these shadows, didn't have a problem with it, enjoyed the looks I got. And then I have the Beach palette from Urban Decay. This is a nice palette. I mean, I don't feel like I can create a lot of looks with it. I can get a brown look and I can get a blue look, but those looks that I did get were very nice, so we will keep that one. Then I have my IBY Cheek to Cheek palette. It is this one. It's the rose one, not the peach one. I really do enjoy this blush palette. It is one that is very pigmented, so you do have to go in with a very light hand, but the blushes in there are beautiful. And then I used this palette from Freedom Makeup for my contour this week. And then I just have the other items I used. I didn't use this lipstick again, so I'm going to hold off and keep this in my Shop My Stash. I do have some red in my shirt today, so maybe I'll wear this one when I do my makeup later. We'll see. This is something I'm going to declutter, though. It is the, what's it called? Studio Makeup Line Styler pen. It's not bad. It's just, it didn't hold up to my teary eyes, so I'm just going to pass it on to my girls. I'm sure they will like it. This Annabelle liner is really nice. It did hold up to my teary eyes and my waterline really well. And yeah, I liked it. I liked everything else that I have here going on. We got Renaissance Beauty lipstick, some Urban Decay lipstick, a UCanBe pigment, Born This Way foundation, Pretty Fish concealer, Maybelline Superstay concealer. This is the Ofra blush in Covent Garden. Covent Garden, yeah. This is the ColourPop highlighter in Lunch Money, and then this Pacifica blush and bronzer duo. The bronzer is a little bit too light for me right now, but I really did enjoy the blush. Okay, so this is the part I go over in every Shop My Stash video that I have. If you are new here, I do my Shop My Stashes pretty much the same as anyone else, except for my eyeshadow palettes. Because I have so many of them, I do use an app. I've been using the app Tiny Decisions lately, and I've entered in the amount of eyeshadow palettes that I have, and then I have it all marked down in a database, and each of my palettes is also numbered on the back, so I know which one is which. And then I use the Tiny Decisions app, and every 2 weeks I pick out 6 eyeshadow palettes from that app. It makes the decision for me. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. It's all random, and that is how I pick my eyeshadow palettes. But again, everything else I just choose randomly, the same as what most people do for Shop My Stash. So let's get into the Tiny Decisions app. Okay, first palette, let's pick 115. I'm just going to pick all the numbers and then we'll go into the database to see what's there. I forgot to mention that I don't reuse a palette until I've gone through my entire collection. 67. So that is why I kind of want something that's going to knock off the items that I'm not using anymore. Or that 119. $112. $33. $98. Okay, let's go into my database and see what numbers they were, or what palettes. So palette 115 is the Buxom Extrovert palette, correct? Okay, that one I know I haven't used. Okay, palette 67 is the Pure, no, we just used that one. No, that's 64. What did I do? 64, oh, I have Pure, oh, ColourPop, Pure My Little Pony palette. What are the odds? I used the ColourPop one last week. Pure My Little Pony. Okay, I was a little confused there. Palette number 119 is the Our Heart Revolution Coffee palette. Palette 112 is the Beauty Glazed Lemon Drizzle. And palette 33 is nothing right now, so that one we'll have to repick. Palette 98 is the Tarte Tarteist Pro Remix. So if I've decluttered something from my collection, I keep the number, but I just delete it out, so that's why number 33 didn't have anything. So I'm going to go back into the Tiny Decisions app, and we're going to pick another number. Hopefully it's there. Okay, palette 48. The Viseart Chou palette. Okay, so some of the palettes are in this top drawer here. So, yes, we're recording. I always have trouble figuring that out on my phone. We have the Tarteist Pro Remix palette. We have the Buxom Extrovert palette. And then we'll walk on over here a little bit. We have the Viseart Chou palette. And we also have the Pure. Where did it go? Here it is. The Pure My Little Pony palette. Then into this this drawer here, we have the Revolution Beauty, and this is the Coffee palette. And back into this, not back into, but into this bottom drawer here, we have the Beauty Glazed, if I can get it out, Lemon Drizzle. Is that what it's called? Or Lemon Palette? Yeah, the Lemon Palette. Okay, so this drawer right here has all my face palettes in it. There we go. Now we're focused. So I think I'm going to use, which one? I think I might pick this face trio here. It's got a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter in it. It's Sunset Junction by Wet n Wild, one of their color icon ones. These have been discontinued forever, but still great product. I really enjoy it, so we're going to use this one this week, or the next couple weeks. That has my bronzer in it, and a blush and a highlighter. Do I need another thing? I need a contour palette. So, nope, that's not contour. You know what? Maybe we'll use this one, which is the Revolution Beauty Contour Palette. Yes, I know I have a lot, far more than the normal person needs, but such is my life. Okay, so we've got contour, we got a bronzer, we got a couple of blush and a highlighter, and then we'll pick out a couple more single ones. I also do have my Project Pan items. If you're curious about those, I will leave them in the description box below, those videos, so you can check them out. But yeah, for now we're going to use those ones. Okay, so we have one blush and one bronzer, so I have one blush and one highlighter in that palette. I also have one blush and one highlighter in my Shop My Stash. So I think I'm going to pick out a couple blushes, maybe two this time. What should we go with? We needed more of a neutral and maybe more of a peach blush speak. Let's see. You know, we'll use this Note one called Desert Rose. And what else? This one's a bit light for me right now. That's neutral. And I think I'm going to pull out this one called Tiger Lily from Becca as well. Okay, so some highlighters. What should we pick? I have the Amrezy palette in my Project Pan, and there's also the one in the trio that I just picked out, which is kind of more of a pinky tone to it. So let's see. I was thinking about, was it this one? No. Nope. This one, Prosecco Pop. I haven't used it in a while, and it's a little bit of a darker highlighter, so I need to use it before I lose my tan completely. So we'll use this one. And should we pick one more? Just because... you know what? We have three. I think we're good for highlighters. We're good. We don't need another one. Although, I'm looking at these now. I'm like, maybe I should pick one of these. You know what? No, we're good. We're going to leave it at that for now for highlighters and blushes. There's always more here if I really, really need to pick another one. They're just all so pretty. Okay, we're going to stop there with those. Okay, so powders and such. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to pull out this Revolution powder matte base powder in P5. We'll use that. Move on to concealers, and what shall we pick this time? I think I might try this Yenza concealer for this week. I haven't used it too much, and some of these are way too light for me right now, but we can still get by with them. And I think I'll pick the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer as well. Eyeliners. We'll pull our primers out of here, which I always do because they just live there. So if I want to pick an eyeliner that's different. What's this? Is this the sugar? Here's a sugar eyeliner. So we're going to try this one this week and see if I like it. And then I think I'm also going to pick out this Makeup Geek eyeliner in Plumera because it's pretty. And I think that's all I'm picking out of this particular drawer. Okay, so for lipsticks that we have going on here, I think I might pick this Gourmande Girls one. It's in the shade 6, I think, but it's like a deeper purple color. And I have that red one, and I have some like pinky neutral kind of shades in my project pan already. But I think I might also go with, let's see, what should we go with? I'm going to go with this Avon one. This is in the shade Twig, I think. Yeah, totally Twig. So we'll use this one. I don't know. Maybe we'll try this Balm Jour, what's it called? Creamy Lip Stain in the shade, what shade are you? Namaste. I think that's what it is. So we'll try this one. And maybe I'll force myself to use a liquid lipstick as well. Trying to pick out different ones than what I already have pulled. Okay, maybe we'll use this Ofra one. This is in the shade Santa Ana. And do I want to pick anything out of here to use this week? This is Supernova. No, this is Total. You know what? Maybe I'll pick this one. This is Total Eclipse from Essence. It's a liquid shadow. So we will pick this one to use. Okay. And last stop, this is my foundation drawer. I don't have a ton of foundations, and some of them don't work for me right now because I still have a little bit of a tan, and some of them don't work for me because part of my tan is gone already. So let's see what are we going to use this week. I think we might try this L'Oreal Infallible one. We'll use that. I do have my mix-in drops, so I'll mix that up a bit. I might have to use those as well. And then let's see, what else should we maybe pull out? We have that one, and then I think I might use the Born This Way foundation again for the next couple of weeks, along with the L'Oreal Infallible one. Just because this one I don't have to adjust the shade at all, so we will shade it also. Okay, lip products we have going on here, and I also swatched them. They are underneath that liquid shadow there. So we have, let's see, can we get better lighting? There we go. First up, we have the Gourmande Girls. Then we have the Ofra liquid lipstick. On the bottom there, closest to my watch, is the Avon lipstick in the shade Totally Twig. The top there by my ring is the Nars lipstick in Cruella, and then underneath that we have the Balm lip stain in Namaste. And then these are the rest of the items that I'm using, my complexion products that I don't really feel the need to swatch, but yeah, that's what they look like. And these are all the items that I'm going to be using in my shop. Okay, so these are the inside of all the palettes. This is the pure My Little Pony palette. It doesn't necessarily scream fall, but if you cover up this one kind of bright pink shade, it's not too hard to get a fall vibe from it. So I feel I'll be okay with that. This is, I'm not sure how well you can see it. The sun is shining in today. This is the Buxom Extrovert palette. That's what it's called. This is the Viseart Chou palette. Oh, let's not drop everything. This is the Beauty Glazed Lemon palette. Lots of nice mustardy kind of fall shades going on in there. Then we have the Revolution Beauty, this is the Coffee palette. I love coffee. This is such a pretty palette. And then we have the Tarte Tarteist Pro Remix palette. Then we have the Makeup Geek eyeliner and Plumera, and then the Essence Liquid Shadow Metal Chalk Shadow. I forget what this is called. Total Eclipse, that's right. There are the swatches of those two right there. Then we have the Tiger Lily blush from Becca, the Desert Rose blush from Note Cosmetics. They are different. It's hard to tell in this lighting. This is a shimmer and this is a matte as well, so different textures. Then we have the Prosecco Pop highlighter from Becca. And then this is that trio from Wet n Wild. We do have some dips. And these are all the items that I'm going to be using in my Shop My Stash for the next 2 weeks. Also along with my Project Pan items. I'll be combining the two. Yeah, so this is what's going to be on my face. Let me know in the comments below how you're doing. What kind of stuff are you using? And what are you enjoying? Would like to know. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I hope you have a fantastic